welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Lauren. I am a PhD candidate and I am here to just share bits about my PhD journey and my life with you all. So if you are new, thank you so much for being here, and if you are returning, thank you for sticking around. I know it has been a minute since I've made a new video, and I am so happy to be back and to share all of the things that have been happening in my life lately. So grab a drink. I have an iced green tea here that I'm so happy about, and let's get into today's video. Today I'm going to be talking about 3 approaches that I'm taking this month to help establish more balance in my life. And if you follow me on Instagram, then I do have a written post about this as well. So if you would prefer to read through a written post, there is a resource for you. And then if you would prefer to watch a video or listen to a video, then this is here for you too. So whichever one works best for you, hopefully you will enjoy both of them. But before I jump into the heart of today's video, I just wanted to share a few brief updates about what's going on with me, since it has been a minute since I've shared a video on YouTube. This is a new office space. We have moved. We recently moved to a new house and we are very happy about it. We had been dealing with some issues at our other place for quite a while, and so it was just time for a new fresh start. So we actually moved in here on New Year's Eve, and it was a great way to start the new year. So I'm adjusting to the lighting. I couldn't decide if I should leave that lamp on behind me, but I ultimately decided to turn it off. But you'll have to let me know. And then I'm also using a mic today that I found in my stuff when I was moving. So let me know if this sound is better than usual too. I hope that it is. Hopefully I'm not echoing too much. Another quick update is my review paper was published. So if you've watched some of my previous vlogs, then you probably saw that was a big topic of my videos, was that I was working on revising a review paper for publication. And I did end up having to make some revisions after the editors reviewed it. And it was officially accepted and published on December 27th, I believe was the publication date. So I will leave a link to that review paper in the description section down below. It is open access, which I am very happy about. So if you aren't familiar with what the term open access means, within the scientific community, when we publish articles, review papers, and so forth, sometimes our papers are open access, which means that anyone can read them. You don't have to have a university subscription or anything like that in order to access the materials. But this isn't always the case. So sometimes when you want to read an article from someone, you might actually have to pay money in order to access it. And this really hinders accessibility. It hinders people's ability to consume and find scientific information. And so I am very happy that this review paper is open access. So like I said, I will leave the link down below and you can read it if you would like. I'd be happy to hear your thoughts. And then the third quick update that I will share is that Sam, my partner, and I recently traveled to North Carolina. So he is in his final year of optometry school, and we traveled there so that he could take his 3rd round of national boards. It was our first time in North Carolina and we had a great time eating lots of good food. So between moving, going through the finalization of my review paper publication, and the travel that we did here at the beginning of January, things have been all over the place, to say the least. And so I am really looking to establish some more balance in my life here as we enter the new year and begin a new semester very soon. So today I'm going to share 3 approaches that I'm taking to help make time for more balance in my life. So one of the ways that I help to ensure that I feel balanced in my day-to-day life is by cooking the majority of my meals at home. Now, this can become challenging, right? Oftentimes we feel exhausted at the end of the long work day, or maybe we're experiencing decision fatigue. So we've had to make decisions all day, and the last thing we want to do is decide what we should eat now. It can also be challenging when it just feels like we don't have enough time to do this, when we're trying to do everything else that life demands of us. So one of the ways that I'm helping to ensure that I do have the time, the resources, and the energy to make dinner at the end of a long work day is by planning my meals ahead, but more specifically planning realistic meals. So if you're anything like me, when it comes time to meal plan, you might be doing it on the weekend, which tends to be a day when maybe I'm sleeping in a bit more or I have a bit more free time. And that can also mean that I tend to plan meals that maybe are a little bit more extravagant, that my future self has a little bit of an issue with when the time comes to actually make them. So this month, I'm really focusing on planning meals that are simple, attainable, but still deliver that nutritious value. So for instance, last night I made a sheet pan tomato soup. It was so simple. I picked up the cherry tomatoes, the onion, the garlic, and the thyme from the store. You simply roast all of the ingredients other than the thyme on the sheet pan until the tomatoes start to burst and the onion softens. You blend it all up in the blender, add the thyme, and then you can decide whether or not you want to continue to heat it on the stove and stir in a little bit of cream. That's what I ultimately decided to do, and then we just had it with a grilled cheese on the side. But if that's too much for you, you can always pick up some crackers and go that route too. It was super easy and delicious, and we even had some leftovers that we could use as a lunch later in the week. So by cooking my meals at home, not only do I know which ingredients are going in, what oils people are using, and so forth, but it just helps me to feel more balanced, more grounded, and more prepared for a strong week ahead. The second way that I am helping to make time for more balance in my life is by setting aside a block of time each day to exercise. So in the past, I have practiced yoga in the morning right when I wake up, but I found that sometimes this can cause me to feel a bit tired. So for me personally, exercising at the start of the day can be a little bit of an energy drain as opposed to an energy gain. So more recently, what I've decided to try doing is to block out a period of time each day when I tend to feel most fatigued or most drained. And so for me, that seems to be between 1 and 3 p.m. So usually at that point in the afternoon, I've already had my lunch for the day, it's digested a bit, and I'm starting to feel really drained from looking at the computer screen and working. And so this is the time when I am taking time to practice yoga or some other form of movement. So what I'm doing right now is I'm watching Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube. It's a fabulous free resource that I have used for many, many years, ever since I lived back in San Francisco and studied holistic health. Adrienne is a fantastic yoga practitioner, and I highly recommend her videos. She just started a new series, I believe, on grounding or something like that. So anyway, I will provide the link down below for you all. It's a really gentle and motivating way to incorporate some movement into your life. And so the point that I really want to make here is that it's often easy for me to think, oh, I will find a time throughout the day at some point to get a bit of movement in. I wake up each day with the intention to exercise, but there are so many days when it just moves along, and then I realize as the sun has already gone down that I really haven't incorporated enough movement into my day. And not only does that leave me feeling physically gross, but also mentally. So by incorporating movement into each day, not only do I help promote physical health, but I also help to promote a positive environment for my mental state. And then the third and final way that I am making more time for balance within my life this month is by taking Fridays off. So I am trying out the 4-day work week. There is a variety of research that suggests that the 4-day work week, when done properly, can promote productivity and also defend against the negative effects of burnout. And I definitely experienced many of those last semester, which I have spoken a bit about on this channel as well as over on my Instagram. So I do not want to make the same mistakes or fall into the same patterns this semester that I fell into last semester. So before the semester even begins, I'm transitioning into a new schedule. So I am trying out this 4-day work week this month, and I will let you all know how it goes. But basically, I am prioritizing the focused work on Monday through Thursday, and then I'm taking Friday as a free day to set aside for any admin work that I have, maybe if I need to run into the lab for something brief, or to just take it as a personal day, whatever tasks or activities that I would like to complete on those days for myself. So I will keep you all updated on the status of this, but I think it makes sense for me at this stage in my life to be open to trying out new schedules or new approaches within reason in order to ensure optimal productivity, which can only occur if we defend against burnout. So those are the 3 ways that I am making time for more balance in my life this month. I would love to hear from you all. What is it that you are doing this month to help promote wellness within your day-to-day life? I feel like 2023 has a lot of hope for all of us, and so I'd love to connect more with you all and hear what you are up to yourselves. Thank you again so much for being here. What other videos would you like to see from me? Please comment down below and let me know.